If your granny got bad teeth and your mama got bad teeth, you gonna have bad teeth. I was smiling with all my crooked teeth, like, despite that lady and her spiteful comments about my grill as motivation. Way, back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Welcome to Be For Fucking Real, a conversation between you and me where I offer you the intricate details of my life as a boss, a baddie, comfortable 30-something single woman who's waiting for a gentleman who's emotionally stable, supportive, provider with no kids. That's what I'm waiting for. The Look is the Hook came from Wallow 267 in April Diva style. Shout out to April. Wallow used to do like this crazy skits and come out of left field. One of his sayings that he repeated often was, the look is the hook. Like, he was saying it, but I was like looking at April and like, April, look good, okay? Good. So I'm like, okay, all right, I came from Wallow into antics, but I'm staying for April in these looks. Hello. So I really was getting to know like who April was through her Throwback Thursdays or whenever she showed pictures and like shared little snippets of her story. And I was like, okay, homegirl been it since like way, back in the days when I was young. I'm not a kid anymore. Yeah. Okay. So I was like, okay, cool. I came for April, but ooh, we here. I mean, I came for Wallow, but ooh, we here. So I understand that that's a thing when, like you show up. A part of, I think, my look is having a really great smile and like really being able to express myself through my facial features. But this came through trauma. I feel like everything comes through trauma, but it's just something like that you have that you're like embedded with when you're a child. And so that's just how you see the world. And so my teeth and I feel like my whole demeanor is really a direct reflection of like my parents, because they were very anal about my teeth as a kid. Like, I could not eat candy that was like a special occasion and like when I was young, because most people know me from being raised by my dad. But before that, I lived with my granny, and whenever he would come, they'd be like, your dad coming? I'd be like, okay, I gotta go brush my teeth. Like, let me go floss. Because that was like the first thing you do is like, let me inspect your mouth. And so I had this whole thing about having cavities, and I still ate and I still have a mouth full of like cosmetic work. Shout out to the doctors, okay, and the MUSC students in Charleston who were taking their exams back in the day, and they needed a live and living person to practice on, because if it was free, baby, I went and found it. I need to look over it. If it was free, baby, oh my God. Despite not having candy in excess, by like 12, it became painfully obvious that like I needed braces. If your granny got bad teeth and your mama got bad teeth, you gonna have bad teeth. So with bad teeth, my mama got great teeth. With it being a thing in my family, it became obvious. And look, I think that my family, we are fine as got body yada 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 yada. But you know what I'm saying? We got that. So, God was like, let me humble them a little bit. A bad grill up in the mix. Let's add some struggle, because everybody ain't got it. Like, thank you for the lesson and being humble. But at some point I was like, I was tired of the 3/4 smile, like the smile with no teeth. That's what I was doing. That was not it. Like, I didn't want to do that. Like, I wanted to like throw my head back, laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you just like, ah, yes, that's what I wanted to do. I just couldn't do that with my. And if you see like pictures of me back in like elementary, you'll see I did not do my full. It wasn't until I was like 12 and I was like on the basketball team in middle school. And, usually at the end of practice, there's like this drill where you have to literally like sprint and you didn't practice all practice, so the last thing you want to do is sprint. But that, that was what you could expect at the end of every practice. So as expected, we did. But this time I was like, you know what? I'm going to not be that girl. I'm going to like smile at the end of practice. I'm going to rejoice. I'm going to flip the script. Okay, at the end of the practice. And that's what I did. So afterwards, I was like, put my hand over my head, but I wasn't bent over. I was smiling with all my crooked teeth, like, seriously. So this lady of Caucasian descent, who was probably around 5'4". I mean, by that time I was already like 5'8". She was brown haired. It was a little wavy. She was skinny, petite, but very like muscular. Like maybe she ran long distance or something like that. But she was like, everybody, look at Dee Dee. If she can smile with teeth like that, everybody can stand up straight and, be okay. I was like, bitch, what? Like, yes, she did. I laughed it off. Okay, a little kiki, but what? Bitch, I did not ask to be the example, okay, for the struggle. All right, but at that point, listen, by the next year, I had fucking braces. They was not about to keep playing with me like that. Okay, no. I did lose my retainer though. Like I did the number one thing you're not supposed to do. If you ever had your retainer, you know what that thing is. So I'm not going to say it, but I did it. And I went through my friend's trash and her mom was like, no, that's enough. I was like, bitch, I need to find this retainer. She was like, that's going into our trash from like Thursday. I'm like, bitch, it could have went past that. Like she literally would not let me go past in her trash. It was weird, but I was desperate. Anyway, I didn't find it. Now my teeth have shifted they've shifted a lot, but they're still pretty good. I still think they turned out great. I'm still going to try to get like Invisalign or something. You heard it here first. I'm getting Invisalign. I need Invisalign because I lost my retainer. But I still get compliments. I'm telling you, this is my number one compliment. Even though I lost my retainer. Number one, hands down, is my smile. To this day. I just love that saying. I probably look crazy saying that, but my number one compliment. Despite that lady and her spiteful comments about my grill as motivation. Can you imagine my downfall as motivation? In closing, embrace who you are. That's what I've learned. Like, embrace everything about yourself. Love who loves you. Those who love you will also protect you and get you some fucking braces. Literally, go ahead, do it. It's worth it, honestly. It's either that or veneers, and nobody wants a fake smile with a fake personality on a fake body. At least have your own straight teeth. Ran over. The second thing is, I think it's ironic that somebody could try to like bring me down. The math ain't mathing. Why she said what she said, but for my teeth to be jacked up the way that they were, and me not waiting until they were perfect to embrace them, and like inviting people to be like, hey, I mean, I wouldn't, if those were my teeth. That's what the people are probably saying, but kudos to her. I think that's what she was trying to say. But bitch, every time I think about it, I'm like, bitch, who the says that to a person? But back to God will use anything. Or he will use the thing that makes you the butt of people's jokes. That will be the same thing that people will tune in all around the world and pay, like contribute to your happiness and to your smile, and make sure you can interact with them by liking, sharing, chatting with me in the comments. Who knew? Who knew? God knew.